that your heart be true. Can tell. Big land, big sky, big days, big nights, big heights, big sights, big Texas. Big rocks, big trees, big birds, big bees, big hopes, big dreams, big Texas. Big farms, big fair, big hats, big hair, and room to spare, big Texas. Big Tex, Big Bend, big boots, big men. Y'all come again, big Texas. Dallas, Fort Worth, El Paso, Lufkin, San Antonio. Room is down to Del Rio, Texas is my home. Big times to come, big Galveston. Big sun, big fun, big Texas. Big pride, big countryside, 500 miles wide, big Texas. Big cash, big cars, big moon, big stars, and it's all ours, big Texas. Dallas, Fort Worth, El Paso, Lufkin, San Antonio. Room is down to Del Rio, Texas is my home. Big times to come, big Galveston. Big sun, big fun, big Texas. Big sun, big fun, big. Texas, living or dead. I'm wanted in Texas, she put a price on my head. A long incarceration will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. I'm wanted in Texas, she's read me my rights. I'm wanted in Texas, she wants to turn out the lights. A long incarceration will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. But I was made to ramble, I was born to roam. I never have called any one place home. I'd better keep running and never look back. She catches up with me, well then she'll change all that. I'm wanted in Texas, guilty as charged. I'm wanted in Texas, I better stay where I are. A little gold ring will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. I'm wanted in Texas, the word's getting round. I'm wanted in Texas, my picture's all over town. A long incarceration will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. But I'm a fugitive from love and I can't stop now. I spend my days and nights just hiding out. She formed a special posse and I won't get far, running from the long arm of her paw. I'm wanted in Texas, the jury's been rigged. I'm wanted in Texas, it's too late to renege. 99 to life will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. 99 to life will be my reward if I'm the man she's looking for. Of the border, down Mexico way. That's where I fell in love when the stars above came out to play. And now as I wander, my thoughts ever stray. South of the border, down Mexico way. She was a vision in old Spanish lace. Just for a tender while I kissed that smile upon her face. For it was fiesta and we were so gay. South of the border, down Mexico way. Then she sighed as she whispered mañana, never dreaming that we were parting. And I lied as I whispered mañana, for our tomorrow never came. South of the border, but I rode back one day. There in a veil of white, neath the candlelight, she knelt to pray. The mission bells told me that I must stay. South of the border, down Mexico way. Then she sighed as she whispered, "Mañana," never dreaming that we were parting. And I lied as I whispered, "Mañana," for our tomorrow never came. South of the border, I rode back one day. There in a veil of white, 'neath the candlelight, she knelt to pray. The mission bells told me that I mustn't stay. South of the border, down Mexico way. I, I, down my map, start jotting down the mileage. Rehearse my lines till I've got them learned. 'Cause today is the day my heels will hit the highway. Gonna see my gal in Dallas, Fort Worth. But I've had it up to here with California, where my love life took a turn for the worse. And I'm headed back, and I think it's fair to warn you that I love my gal in Dallas, Fort Worth. She never gives in, she never gives out. Show you what love's all about. She's gonna play hell with your heart, it's for sure. I just pray them boys in Houston never learn about that gal from Dallas, Fort Worth. She's long, she's tall, she's sweet as Texas honey. She's mean as hell when you catch her at her worst. But she love you till you're feeling kinda funny. For that gal from Dallas, Fort Worth, she never gives in, she never gives out. I'll show you what love's all about. She's gonna play hell with your heart, it's for sure. I just pray them boys in Houston never learn about that gal from Dallas, Fort Worth. San Diego, Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona, El Paso, Midland, Sweetwater too. Every hour puts another town behind me. Little girl, I'm coming home to you. She never gives in, she never gives out. I'll show you what love's all about. She's gonna play hell with your heart, it's for sure. I just pray them boys in Houston never learn about that gal from Dallas, Fort Worth. That gal from Dallas, Fort Worth. That gal from Dallas, Fort Worth.
Camp Summit is awesome. and it's fun.
I want to say that I love this camp and this new location.
Our campers are awesome.
Camp Summit is really a world of possibilities.
It's a magical place.
It's possibilities for all of our campers to do things that oftentimes in their lives they're told they can't do. But here at Camp Summit, they are told you can do this.
They come here and they leave all their baggage at home. They are excited and they are free, and they don't judge you. They don't look at you and say, oh, you can do this or you can't do that. They just say, you are you and you are awesome.
We don't turn anyone away for any reason. We are always willing to adapt and make each week special for each camper.
Every day is something special, and every day has some magic involved in it, whether it's watching a camper smile because it's their first time shooting a bow or it's their first time riding a horse. Every day has special moments.
Camp Summit is now in our forever home in Paradise, Texas. 460 acres filled with trees and ponds and a creek and all sorts of landscape that is so unique to this area. Beautiful cabins, huge dining hall, lodge building, wonderful medical facilities, and an abundance of indoor program areas as well as outdoor program areas, so that regardless of the weather here in Texas, we can always be enjoying activities here at camp.
Well, the first time I came to camp, it was like a family retreat. I remember really liking the counselors. The counselors are pretty caring and understanding.
Honestly, what keeps bringing me back is just the relationships I have with the campers. I will sit there and I will get just super giddy that I get to see them.
To be a staff member at Camp Summit means to be something that's bigger than yourself. It's an opportunity to learn and to grow together.
For every 2 campers, we have a counselor available. In addition to that, there are other staff here on camp as well that will help in situations where we need a one-on-one with our campers.
Our staff that come to Camp Summit generally are studying either in the field of special education, occupational therapy, recreational therapy, music therapy, behavioral therapy. So our staff are coming with a background and with some expertise with special needs children and adults. Our staff all go through a 1-week training where everything is covered. In order to be hired on as a staff member here at camp, you have to go through an interview process, a reference process, and a criminal background check. So they're pretty selective of who gets to come.
I used to be a camper. My counselor said to me, you should be a counselor. I needed something to do for a summer, and I said, why don't I try it? And I've loved it since then.
Our medical staff here is wonderful, led by our registered nurses, and they will help administer all of the medical needs for our campers. So if a camper is at swimming in the afternoon and they require a medication, instead of getting out of the pool and having to go to see the nurse will actually bring that medication to that camper so that we're not interrupting what we're doing here at camp. We don't want to interrupt the flow of fun. You know, it's really about seeing the results of the program, and our parents and family members that get to enjoy that respite during the time that their loved one is here at camp is amazing to sit back and watch.
When I talk to a lot of our parents when they come in and I ask what they're going to do for the week, the first thing they say is sleep in.
Whether it's going on a vacation that they weren't necessarily able to, or spend time focusing on a sibling.
Have a week to read a book, take a bath, go to the movies, go out to eat, or just do nothing.
To a parent who's concerned about the cost of camp, I would really encourage them to utilize our sliding scale fee that we already have, and also our campership program or scholarship program. It is our feeling that no camper should ever be turned away because of an inability to pay.
Just because the term is disability and it kind of looks at the fact that they can't do a certain thing, they get to come here and be Superman for a week, and that's something they may not get to do outside of camp.
My first season, I felt like I just left my heart here.
Many of our campers will start at age 6 or 7 and continue this for a lifetime.
To sum up Camp Summit in one word, it would be home.
Seeing that camper the first time succeed at one of our activities and see that big smile and hear out of their mouth, I did it. It's an amazing experience.
Good evening and welcome to the Cissi Scott Foundation Boots and Bandanas in memory of Randy Stogsdill, presented by the Berry Family Services. I'm Lloyd, your MC and auctioneer this evening. While this certainly is not how we expect to be hosting tonight's event, we are excited you are here, just like our camp song, You Never Know, which you'll hear in a few minutes. You never know the impact you will have and make on campers tonight. I'll be back in a few minutes to talk about how our auction, as well as how you can donate through the evening. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Camp Summit's Chief Executive Officer, Carla Weiland.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 Boots and Bandanas. We're excited to be here with you tonight, and we thank all of our sponsors and everyone across the globe for joining us tonight. Your commitment to be here is remarkable. We know that there are many other things you could be doing, but because of you, our campers will benefit from your participation. This has certainly been an unusual year, yet campers continue to love camp, and they just long to be back here with us. But tonight, we're going to make certain that their camp is ready as soon as we can all be back together safely. You will be hearing a little bit later how the camp spirit has been kept alive throughout this unusual year. And you never know how impactful your participation tonight may be for our campers and their families. Remember those remarkable campers that you meet tonight, and let's make this the best camp year ever. I would like to recognize our sponsors, the Cissi Scott Foundation, and a generous anonymous donor who made a gift in loving memory of Randy Stogsdill. I'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, Berry Family Services, who has been our presenting sponsor since 2018. And now I would like to introduce two individuals who together have made this night possible. They worked along with an amazing committee and our remarkable staff to make tonight a reality. They will be saying a little bit more about what to expect tonight, but in the meantime, please welcome our co-chairs and board members, Emily Taylor and Alec Vincent.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome, Carla. It's been a pleasure for both Emily and I to co-chair this event, work with the other members of the committee to get us to this point this evening.
It's certainly taken a village to get here. Can you explain what Camp Summit is all about?
Well, give it a shot, Emily, but Camp Summit offers a barrier-free camp to children and adults with special needs. So if you think back to your youth, when you went to camp, you spent a week with friends in the woods and stayed in the cabin, and you were able to do all kinds of physical activities like swimming, horseback riding, rope climbing, all kinds of fun events. And what we try to do at Camp Summit is create those same experiences, but meet and adapt those to the needs of the individual.
So who are our campers?
Well, our campers come in all sizes and shapes, beginning at the age of 6, and there is no upper age limit. In fact, our oldest camper is 87 years old. We offer a wide variety of, they come with a wide variety of physical and intellectual disabilities, and what we're able to do is just adapt, again, the camp activities and the regimen to meet those needs.
I have a friend who has a son who has Down syndrome and is ADHD. Would he make a good camper at Camp Summit?
I think he'd have a wonderful experience. What the staff can do and what they do well is adapt to the needs of the individual. So whether that individual is in a wheelchair, is nonverbal, could be on the autistic spectrum, or even need 100% of their personal care assistance with that, we can adapt to that individual and create a wonderful experience for them.
Wow. But how does Camp Summit manage all of that?
It's difficult, but we do start with a 2-to-1 camper to counselor ratio. Based upon the assessment of the individual, we can turn that into a 1-to-1 ratio as well. And in addition, we have a full staff of registered nurses on site 24/7 to meet the medical needs of that individual. The goal of that team is to provide the medical and meet the medical needs of the camper, but do so without taking away from some of the fun. For example, if the camper needs seizure medication and they happen to be swimming, they can just come poolside, take the medication. They don't have to get out, dry off, and miss out on some of the fun.
Wow. So it sounds expensive. Is Camp Summit more expensive than other camps?
Well, with special needs, we understand there's special costs, and that's why what we do here at Camp Summit is offer different forms of financial assistance in the form of sliding scale of fees and also scholarships. In fact, 90% of our campers request and do receive some form of financial assistance. And what we do here tonight is part of how we fund that opportunity to create the environment where we don't turn anybody away based upon their inability to pay.
Awesome. Well, you've really done a great job explaining the magic of Camp Summit. So tonight we're going to hear some inspiring stories.
I think we are. I think we're going to hear at least from several different campers. One of them is going to be a 71-year-old camper who's been coming to camp since she was 8 years old.
Wow. And an energetic 9-year-old whose mom found out about Camp Summit when he was just a toddler, and he was so excited to go to camp once he was old enough.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun to hear. But we're also going to hear from some of the caregivers and their perspective on the respite they receive while their campers away, you know, building confidence and independence and enjoying a full week of adventure.
Wonderful. And we're also going to hear from that great seasonal staff that make camp possible, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without the seasonal staff, and we do thank them for all that they provide. I want to thank everybody again tonight for joining us. I want you to sit back and enjoy, hear and listen to these inspiring stories, participate in the auction, and we want to thank you again for coming to us tonight in this special environment that we have. And I'll turn back now to Lloyd to give us some tips on the auction. Thank you.
Thanks, Emily and Alec. Now, before we get started, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping tips and also go over how to bid. Hopefully, you're already registered for the site. If not, go to wecan.bid and register yourself. You can do this on your mobile device. Go to wecan.bid. When you go to the site, you're going to have 4 simple questions to answer: your name, your email address, and your cell phone number. As soon as you enter this information into the site, you will get a text message. Click on the link in that text message and it will log you into the site. You'll be logged in, ready to go. Then click on items, find the item that you would like to bid on, and then place your bid. And then a lot of people ask me about this regular bid, auto bid thing that you're going to see on your phone. Now, a regular bid, if you come in and place on the bid button, it will place a bid for that amount. So if the item is maybe $100 and you place bid, you will place a regular bid. You will be bidding $100. There's also an auto bid button on the site. Now, a lot of people may panic and think, if I push this auto bid, the system's going to keep bidding forever and I'll keep bidding into infinity. Well, I wish that was really programmed that way. That would be wonderful because we really could use those kind of funds for Camp Summit. But how it really works is the auto bid will bid up to the amount that is in that field, the bidding field. So if you wanted to bid a higher amount, the items maybe the next bid $100, go into that field, put $500, and then click auto bid. The system will automatically bid for you up to the amount you put in the bid entry field. Again, you have to manually put a higher amount before you click auto bid for the system to bid higher. If you don't put a higher amount, the system will place the next bid for you. Again, I want to make sure that's clear. If you're already registered for the site, great. If you haven't registered already at this time, please pick up your phone, go to wecan.bid and register for the site. You'll get a text message, click on that link, and then you're in the system, you're logged in, click on items, you are ready to bid and donate. Also be sure to click on that donate button, find the amount that feels comfortable to you. It could be $10,000, it could be $20, it could be $1. Every single dollar counts. So find that dollar that you feel comfortable with in the bidding site and bid on that amount or enter any custom amounts you can. We really appreciate those donations. Now, as Alec and Emily mentioned, we are going to have 4 different stories tonight. And this is the first story is from a 9-year-old Austin and his family. And again, his story needs no introduction.
When we were pregnant, we found out Austin would have Down syndrome. So we got through our pregnancy. It was kind of shocking to take home a kid with special needs. We knew Austin would have Down syndrome, and we knew a little bit about Down syndrome, but we didn't know what he would be like. And so we found that life is relatively normal with some extras.
You know, Austin's his own kid, and he does kid things, and he just does it a little differently than everybody else.
I heard about Camp Summit when I was at a Down Syndrome Guild of Dallas event. I found a flyer, and there was a volunteer talking about camp. And so I was really interested in the variety of activities that are here, and that he would be so well cared for with almost a one-on-one experience. So as soon as we were able to, we signed him up.
I think we had some hesitations at first because we'd never really had him away from us for a period of time. And you know, Austin is a runner. You know, we have to keep an eye on him or he will just go out the nearest door. And so that was a concern. But I think we were told when we signed up and we dropped him off that we could call if there was an emergency. And after 2 days, we decided, okay, it's an emergency. We need to call him, see how he's doing.
Mom needs to call.
But he was doing fine, and he had a great time, and did really well here. So he was well cared for.
But he came home that first week. He was just so in love with this place that I knew he'd had a good time. And we met the counselors at the beginning, and they really kind of helped waylay some of those fears.
I think when you have a child with special needs, you reassess goals. You know, for us, it's really, I think, just that, first of all, he'd be happy and have some level of independence that he can live on his own. And so one thing I think he does get from the camp experience is he does get an exercise in independence. He does get a chance to be away from us and show what he can and can't do. And so it gives us an opportunity to see how he reacts in those situations and know what to work on and really know what his capabilities are.
I would say if somebody's worried about sending their camper to camp the first time, because special needs parents have a lot of control issues, because we feel like we need to help these guys out as much as we can. I would say that they're in very capable hands here as campers. There's a lot of experienced staff that's been here for years. There are a lot of trained counselors that are here with their children. There are some volunteers. So it's a really nice mix of perspectives and ages and just interests and enthusiasm. So I found that once I met everyone out here, I was not nearly as worried about letting him go. Is this your favorite place in the world?
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great story. You just never know how far-reaching the impact of camp really is. Now let's go check on one of our many house parties in the DFW area tonight.
Hey everybody, welcome to tonight's virtual Boots and Bandanas. Glad you could all join us. My name is Randy Smith and I'm a member of the planning committee for this year. So glad you could be with us, even virtually. Don't know where you are in your evening. We are well along in our evening here in Richardson. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Whether or not you're having your dinner, whether or not you're preparing your dinner, just know it is awesome. You're going to enjoy it. As we're doing that, just remember that we're all here for Camp Summit. We're here to support the campers who attend camp. So we're here for them. Remember, as the evening goes on, pay attention to the auction items, and I would encourage you, bid often, bid big, bid as if you remember what we're all here for, and that is for Camp Summit. We're glad you could join us. Enjoy your dinner if you haven't already. Have a great time, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Wow, looks like you're having a great time tonight, Randy. So I've been checking in on our auction bidding and how is going on out there, and I see a few hidden gems out there. There's a few that I would like to highlight at this time. The first is the Eddie Dean and Company catering package. This is package number 1312 in the dining category. Value is $2,000. A current bid right now is about $1,000. It includes East Texas barbecue dinner for 30 guests. No expiration on this package. What a wonderful item, and it's tasty too. The next item I'd like to talk about is a framed duck painting that was painted by one of our campers, Donovan. This beautiful painting right here, Donovan did an incredible job. This is item number 3202 in the one-of-a-kind category. That's right, the one-of-a-kind category, because this painting is one of a kind, so it is priceless. The current bid is only $100, so be sure to bid this item up. Donovan is profoundly deaf and legally blind. He and his mom attended painting classes as a way to help Donovan express himself. He chooses his own paintings to do while he's in class. Donovan's mom assists him in class by interpreting through sign language what the art instructor is saying. Donovan has attended Camp Summit for over 10 years. The last item I'll talk about right now is 4 rounds of golf at the Heritage Ranch Golf and Country Club in Fairview. This is item number 1127 in the outing and experiences category. The value is $300. The current bid is only at $150. Treat yourself to an afternoon on the greens for you and 3 friends. This package includes 2 golf carts. While you're placing your bids, let's hear from our title sponsor, the Cissi Scott Foundation, and why they personally support Camp Summit.
Hi, I'm Jake Scott with the Cissi Scott Foundation. Camp Summit is near and dear to my family. Our cousin Kathy has been a camper for over 35 years. Each year, our extended family, including the Scotts, Knoxes, Teagues, and many more of our friends and family, take part in fundraising events like the golf tournament and Boots and Bandanas. Through the many generous donations of friends and family to the Cissi Scott Foundation that was created to honor my mom, we have had the opportunity to donate over $30,000 to Camp Summit in 2020. Our family loves Camp Summit, and we look forward to supporting Camp Summit for many years to come.
Thank you for those kind words, Jake. Now, while we aren't doing a traditional live auction tonight for obvious reasons, we do have special exclusive auction items in the auction tonight. Throughout the evening, I'll bring you details on these 5 featured items. Bidding for these items will close at 9 p.m. with the rest of our auction. But don't wait, these items will go fast. As you bid, have your phone available for text updates. You'll receive a text if you are outbid. The text you'll receive will have a link that you can click on that will take you back to the bidding site so you can bid again. You can find our featured items by clicking on the Featured Items tab on the left side of the bidding site. On the mobile device, click on Items and then go down and find the category you'd like to bid on. Again, to place a bid, go to wecan.bid and register for the auction. Be sure to do that right away. Our first featured item of the evening that I'd like to talk about is Chefs Allison and Bill Hodges' dinner and wine pairing delivery. These 2 award-winning chefs are back again this year and will take over the cooking duties for you for the evening for a dinner for 8. The value is priceless. The current bid is only at $700, so be sure to bid this one up. The first course is tomato basil soup with petite grilled sourdough brie bites. For a main course, you'll get tenderloin of beef, bordelaise, mushroom sauce, scalloped potatoes, and seasonal vegetables. Wow, that just sounds delicious to me. Also, dessert is a tray of assorted pastries. The wine pairing has been donated by Meg Freyne. This item is number 1 in the featured category. Go to number 1 and bid on this. Again, this package is a very popular package on our live auction. It's usually one of the top in the bidding. Everybody loves this package. Item number 1 in the featured categories. Go there now and bid on this item. Our next featured item has always been a very special live auction item as well. It's an opportunity to name Camp Summit's lodge porch. Please go to your phone or your computer, find item number 2 in the featured category at this time to place your bid. This value is priceless on this item. Its current bid is at $550. I remember some live auctions in the past where it goes $7,000, $8,000. If you're the winner, a plaque will be hung on Camp Summit's porch with your chosen name for 1 year. This is usually, again, one of our most exciting and high dollar items in the live auction. Don't let this one pass you by. Go to the phone and bid on item number 2 at this time. Next up is a story from former camp counselor who has worked several summers. Beginning in 2007 and is now the director of recruiting at the University of Texas at Austin. Now, no college rivalry aside, Brian has no college rivalry aside, Brian is excited to share the impact that campers have had on his life. Here he is.
Hi, my name is Brian Carrington. I'm the Director of Recruiting at the University of Texas Football. I have prior experience working with children with disabilities. My older brother is legally deaf and blind and developmentally delayed. I loved Camp Summit, 12 weeks of the summer to get me away from home and to also give back to the community. And, I have, very humble experiences from Camp Summit. And I feel like it made me a better person. Growing up with a brother with disabilities, people always told me that, God would bless me, and I just wouldn't understand it now because as a kid, people look at it as like a hardship, dealing with somebody with special needs versus I know hands-on the joy, that people with special needs can add to your life, and have, great moments, if not greater moments. Some of my best memories happen at Camp Summit. It's people I still communicate with to this day, that I met at Camp Summit. I still tell people about Camp Summit anytime I interact with somebody of, special needs or disabilities, I tell them, hey, did you know that there's a place called Camp Summit where they can get an incredible experience? My favorite camp memory would probably be all the dances and the leading up to the dances, and campers writing you notes, will you go to the dance with me, and dressing up and going to the costume closet and picking out clothes, and like really going over the top for camper experience. And I mean, I had just as much fun, if not more fun, than the campers at times. I've seen firsthand experience of campers that you can see the zeal as they get off the bus, or as they get out of the car, as they get back on Camp Summit grounds. It's like, this is the place that I've dreamed of, so I feel a lot of people are eager to get back, and it's always good for people to break out of their shell and break out of their environment and see that, there's a world out there, that's tailor-made for you. Like, Camp Summit is a totally different world than, when you leave Camp Summit, it's almost like you're going back to the real world versus, when you're at Camp Summit. I don't even think I was using my cell phone. I use my cell phone all the time, but I can't remember me even using my cell phone that much at camp. For 12 weeks of my summer, I was at camp, and I looked forward to it. Instead of just staying home, I was 16, 17, even my first year of college, I went back to Camp Summit when other kids my age are just, doing other things. I wanted to get back to Camp Summit.
As a young man, I'm sure Brian never knew the impact that Camp Summit would have on his life. Now let's go check in on an area house party.
Hi, it's Meg Franey, board member for Camp Summit and chair emeritus for Boots and Bandanas. I want to encourage everybody to get those phones out and bid early and often for all the great options in our live and silent auction, and please help support our remarkable campers. Thanks for joining us for this year's Boots and Bandanas Virtual.
No. Please take a few moments to listen to this song and think about the impact that it might have on you tonight. Wow, that song really hit home with me. At this time, we are moving into a very special part of our program. Your support tonight is so vital to the campers and their families who attend Camp Summit. Now, we bring to you several opportunities to make your impact this evening. Our goal tonight is 100% participation, so let's get the ball rolling. No gift is too small or too large, and remember, it's only money. You'll make more. Our first opportunity this evening is at the $5,000 level. At the $5,000 level, you'll give campers their moment to discover confidence, share talents, and experience creativity while creating and celebrating who they are at camp. Again, this is the $5,000 opportunity. Please consider donating at the $5,000 level. At the $5,000 level, you make so much impact on the campers and their families who are attending Camp Summit. Please consider donating at the $5,000 level to make your impact as a gift tonight. Go to weekend.bid. Again, go to weekend.bid. Choose the impact giving on the left sidebar to make your gift, or on your mobile device, click on items and then go back to the category impact giving and make your donation. Again, please consider donating at the $5,000 level. Our next bidding level, or donating level tonight, is the $2,500 level. At $2,500 provides medical support, so even the most fragile camper can stay safe and never miss the fun. Again, when people first send their campers off to camp, one of their big fears for the camper families is, are they going to get the medical treatment they need? Are they going to get their medicine on time? And you've heard about all the wonderful stories about how if the campers are out swimming, the nurses and staff will bring their medication to them to make sure every camper gets the medicine they need. Also, they have an excellent nurse staff at Camp Summit to take care of all the immediate needs of any camper. And so the first year, you may be a little nervous about sending your camper to Camp Summit, but after a few days at camp, and your fears will all be relieved from then on. So the medical staff at Camp Summit is phenomenal. Please consider donating at this level to help staff medical funding for Camp Summit. Again, please go to wecan.bid on your phone or computer, click on the impact giving level on the left side. Again, find the amount that you feel comfortable with and donate. But please consider donating at the $2,500 level at this time. Moving on to the $1,500 level gives 2 campers financial assistance so they can experience a week of camp. Now, there's one thing that is so important about camp is that campers build relationships with other campers that last a lifetime. These relationships are critical to the campers and just their enjoyment of camp and also their success and happiness once they come back. They've got friends they've met at camp. These will be lifelong friends a lot of times that they meet at camp. So please consider donating at this level so that the campers can have the opportunity to get to know each other. Please pull out your phone, ask your kids if you need help with technology. They're more than happy to help you. Again, go to wecan.bid to make your impact this evening. Again, at the $1,500 level, please consider donating at this time. The next level is the $1,000 level. By giving a donation of $1,000, you'll help allow traditional camp activities to be adapted so everyone can participate. It is so important at Camp Summit to let everyone participate in all the activities. So again, please consider the impact that you can make this evening for these special campers and their families. Go to the bidding site to make your donation at this time. Again, please consider donating at the $1,000 level. I'd love this level. $1,000 is a very nice round amount to go ahead and donate. Thank you so much to the generous donors tonight and that are helping keep Camp Summit barrier-free for our remarkable campers. The next level is the $500 level. A $500 donation creates magic around the campfire for remarkable campers. Last year, Boots attendees helped raise funds for an accessible fire pit. Now that that fire pit is built, we need your support to continue providing all the materials needed to make those delicious s'mores. One thing about campfire is every camper loves to attend the campfires in the evening. These are very popular at Camp Summit. They're a wonderful part of camp. They are very important to Camp Summit that we have these campfires. The campers love them. Please consider donating $500 at this time. Our next impact level is the $250 level. Now, of course, you can donate at any amount, but $250 is such such a practical donation that will help provide cabin support and activities so that, again, these lifelong relationships that we've been talking about can be formed. It's so important that they have a wonderful experience at camp and we keep the cabin support up so they have a wonderful time in the cabin and can build those friendships. Again, please consider donating at the $250 level at this time. Thank you so much for your generosity in donating to Camp Summit. And remember, you can keep donating as long as the auction is open. But now I want to talk about a special donation level that I just love. You know, part of Camp Summit every year at Boots and Bandanas, one of the things that I love is how the campers come up to me and they tell me about their favorite horses. And they tell me about all the fun they have riding those horses at camp. And then they ask for a $100 donation to help feed and take care of the horses. Again, I'd like to prompt you at this time to please consider also donating to the horses. You know, horseback riding at Camp Summit is something that's very popular with everyone. Also, taking good care of our horses is so important. I'd like to consider donating at the $100 level. Again, go onto the site, find the horse donation page, and donate $100 for horse, or donate several hundred, but go ahead and put it under the horse donation category. We really would appreciate it. I know our campers would appreciate it. Thank you. As many of you know, Camp Summit hasn't been able to have their annual summer or fall camps this year, but that didn't stop them from impacting the lives of their campers. Since early March, Camp Summit has been adopting a virtual program. They call it #CampSummitAtHome. These virtual programs have been wonderful. The campers have been able to enjoy dances, ice cream socials, pumpkin carvings, and more. During this isolated year, this has given campers a chance to socialize with many of their camping friends, their counselors, their staffs, and also have a little bit of fun with their families and include their families in a bit more with Camp Summit. Now, back in March, when we first moved to this virtual environment, we would have never known, again, we would have never known the impact that these virtual programs would have on our campers. At first, we were wondering if the Zoom conferences would really work that well, and the campers love them. This has become the favorite part. They get to be on Zoom, they get to see their friends, everything gets to be included. This has been a wonderful program. Again, #CampSummitAtHome has been such a success. Again, #CampSummitAtHome has been such a success, and we thank each and every one who has helped contributed to this. Campers like the one you're about to hear from benefited greatly from these opportunities during this time when they can't socialize in person. Here's Donna and her niece Kim to tell us their story.
My name's Donna K. Stevens, and I've been went to Camp Sawapis when I was 8 years old.
This, from our known history, from what I was able to find out, this is the first brochure when they first moved the camp in 1957 to Argyle. And Donna was actually on the cover of the brochure. And so she was doing her bow and arrow. So that's when she was 8.
Yesterday we did the
pumpkin clay.
The pumpkin clay.
Mm-hmm. And you've been missing everybody, haven't
and
you?
I've been missing everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be here.
I think what I've really, I don't want to cry. It's really starting to get worried about her. Just starting to feel depressed. Isolated, all of us. I think everybody can relate to that. And then the other thing is we feel isolated, but I work and so I do Zoom meetings and all that, but she wasn't getting any exposure. And people with special needs, when they're always around people doing stuff for them and telling them what to do and taking care of them, sometimes that wears on them, and they need to be around people like themselves who can appreciate how special they are and to just like let loose and not feel like people are judging them. When they do the Zoom event, they spotlight each person. So I think one time there's up to like 40-some people or 50-some people or something on some of them. And so they make them laugh, they talk about fun things from camp. And then they spotlight each one of them. So like they've had a couple camp dances on Zoom. And so they spotlight them and they let them dance, and they can just, it's like they're, not just Donna, but I watch all the others. And it's just like freedom for them. And the fact that they're taken out of that 4-wall location and they're put back into this virtual camp, which is like Camp Summit. And they can just be themselves, and they're not ashamed, and they're not judged. And I just see the smiles on their faces and the things they share. And it's just been, I tell you, I think sometimes it's just saved her. And she tells me all the time how much she misses the counselors. And so Donna's a big hugger. So that's the hardest part that's been with Zoom. Especially, we've known Lisa for a very long time. And she so I miss hugging Lisa. And so she's just totally become a different person since the Zoom calls. And she gets excited and she looks forward to them every week. And she talks about it afterwards. And yeah, she's waking up in the morning. Where's the computer? Are we set up yet? And
I enjoy coming to camp because I got the freedom. And I enjoy everybody at the camp. I love everybody. And I want to come back again.
Thank you for sharing your story, Donna and Kim. I'm so glad to hear that you've been able to reconnect with friends through our virtual camp. I encourage everyone to check out Camp Summit website after tonight's event because you never know when you'll meet someone that could benefit from Camp Summit's programs. Checking back in on our silent auction, I want to direct your attention to two more featured items in the auction this evening. Item number 3 is a private 4-course dinner and wine tasting party for 8 from Chef Wade Birch. The value is priceless. The current bid is at $601. Chef Birch was named Chop Champion of the Food Network in 2011. He has served famous guests like Muhammad Ali, Terry Bradshaw, Walter Cronkite, President Bill Clinton, and George H. Bush and Shaq. Customized meal for your occasion. Chef Wade Birch will do everything from shopping to cooking to cleaning. This is a wonderful package. Please consider bidding on this package at this time. Our next item is a very special opportunity that has never been offered before. Be the first in line at camp. This is item number 4 in the featured category. You do not want to miss on this one. You need to be bidding on this item. Be the first camper to register and guarantee your spot at any one of the 2021 sessions or season. So this means that no wait line for your camper. You don't have to wait, you are in. Plus a Camp Summit apparel swag bag with a sweatshirt, a water bottle, a tumbler, ornaments, tote bag, and more. Again, be the first in line for your camper this year. Be sure to bid on this item now. Also keep the generous donations and bidding coming. And don't forget to check your phone to see if you've been outbid so you can quickly go in and correct that problem if it does arrive. Again, watch that phone, the text message, click on the link when you're outbid. It will take you right back to the site where you can bid again. We've been hearing from many house parties around the country, and so we are so glad you are enjoying your evening tonight. Our presenting sponsor, Berry Family Services, has been a loyal supporter of this event and Camp Summit programs for many years. Tonight, their generosity will reach even further, as they have just announced that they will make a gift in honor of all tonight's participants to support the needs of our campers. Thank you, Berry Family Services, for your generous gift. All right, does everyone have their phones ready? We have our last featured item to share with you. Again, to bid on these items, click on the Featured Item tab. The last item is our annual wine concierge package. We usually always end our live auction items with this, so this is a wonderful package. The value is priceless. The current bid is at $450. You get 18 hand-picked bottles of wine, specially picked and selected for you by the Camp Summit board. You get 9 bottles of red, 6 bottles of white, 1 port, 1 champagne, and 1 rosé. Wines are valued at $25 or more. These wines are all highly rated. They're 90 points and higher on the Wine Spectator tasting review, so you know that these are very quality wines. This package is generously donated by the Camp Summit Board of Directors. Now remember, the holidays are just around the corner. Bidding on this package is the perfect way to both support Camp Summit while you're stocking up for the holidays. While you've been bidding on all the wonderful items I've mentioned tonight, let's listen to the end of our camp song, what we heard earlier, and see a few of the faces of the campers that you're impacting tonight.
And just in case it could be that another's life through you might change for the better with a broader, brighter view, it seems it might be worth a try at pointing to the right. Oh, the way you live may not matter at all. You never know. It might
Our last camper family of the night will share their story about how Camp Summit affects the whole family, not just the campers sitting around the campfire roasting the marshmallows.
Do you love Camp Summit? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Sebastian is almost 27 years old. He has autism. He's pretty mild-mannered. He has his days. But overall, he's pretty mild-mannered. He's nonverbal. The love of my life. Sebastian feels at home at Camp Summit. He loves it there. You know, he looks forward to it every year, and he really needs that for his self-esteem. He really needs that. Sebastian's been coming to Camp Summit for about 17 years, and I would never change that, never. I guarantee you there'll be a difference in his attitude. Sebastian loves Camp Summit, loves it. When we put it on the calendar, if camp is June the 23rd, June the 1st, we have to start packing. And every day we write off the day to Camp Summit, every single day. But we have to pack, and he's ready to go on June the 23rd or whatever date it is. He's ready to go. He loves Camp Summit. I never knew Sebastian would stay at Camp Summit. I mean, the first time I brought him here, I thought for sure I was by the phone waiting for somebody to tell me, come pick him up. He's not doing well here. I had no idea this would change his life. I was so shocked and so surprised that finally Sebastian has something in his life at Camp Summit. Sebastian's favorite activity at Camp Summit is swimming. He loves the water. You know, I'm a single mom, and raising a special needs child is expensive. It's 24/7. That's why Camp Summit is so important to me. It gives me a break to relax, you know, give Sebastian a break. It's just great. It's normally the 1 week out of the year where I get to travel. You know, I can go for the whole week, and I know here at Camp Summit he's taken care of. I don't worry about him at all. I know he's in good hands, and I can travel. I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Aruba, and I have no worries about Sebastian. I know he's in good hands. The most important thing to me is just Sebastian, I want him to be happy. I want him to be happy, and this camp makes him happy. So that's why I'm glad he's here. It makes a world of difference to him.
Great to have you back, Carla. Wow, that one really brought a smile to my face. I have loved hearing from all the campers this evening.
You know, Lloyd, I wanted to tell everyone how excited I am to announce that so far tonight at our event, we have raised over $165,000 for Camp Summit. That is a wonderful night and a great way to our future. So just think of how many campers will enjoy camp because of your generosity tonight. There's still some time left for bidding, and we've got time to get up to $200,000 tonight. What do you think, Lloyd?
Wow, that's incredible. But if you got caught up in all the show and all the camper stories at home, there's still time for you to make your impact and to help Camp Summit. Go to wecan.bid to make your impact gift. And remember, the auction will close at 9 p.m. So you still have time to go in and win that favorite item and make that donation.
That's right, Lloyd. Thank you so much. And what a fun night it has been. We have been seeing those house parties, and everybody's having a great time. And I'm overwhelmed with everyone's generosity, and I thank you for sharing your evening with us. You never know the impact camp has on the campers, our caregivers, and the counselors. But hopefully the stories you have heard tonight have given you and everyone a little taste of what is possible at Camp Summit. I want to thank our generous sponsors and donors who have made tonight possible, and all of you who have inspired the magic of camp.
I really enjoyed being your MC this evening, and even though we were not able to be in the same room together tonight, look at what we accomplished together for our remarkable campers. I look forward to seeing you next year in person. What better way to end the night with a few waves goodbye from our campers? Stay tuned to see their incredible smiles as our camp song closes out the night. Get one more look at the list of sponsors, and of course, see the pictures of our remarkable campers. And don't forget to bid on those items. The auction closes at 9, and I'm so excited. We have made so much money for Camp Summit. Everybody, give Camp Summit a big round of applause.
That's right, and thank you. Have a great rest of your evening. It's so nice to see everyone, and we will see you all next year.
in case it could be that another's life through you might change for the better with a broader, brighter view. It seems it might be worth a try at pointing to the right. Oh, the way you live may not matter at all. You never know. It might. Oh, the way you live may not matter at all. You never know. It might. You never know when someone may catch a dream from you. You never know when a little word or something you might do may open up a window of a mind that seeks the light. Oh, the way you live may not matter at all. You never know. It might. And just in case it could be that another's life through you might change for